I'm gonna count back from 3 and then we're gonna start accepting.
Welcome back to SourceFed Comment Commentary, where we read your answers to our questions from our SourceFed videos.
Boy, we have some interesting videos this week. Many of them
on SourceFed.
And many of them were very...
I'm your host, Candace Carizadas.
I'm Ava Gordy.
And many of the videos were very interesting
And
this week.
he's Steven Suptic.
And this is
SourceFed.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Hey, and make sure to send us some fan art on hashtag ComCom, COM. Maybe at SourceFed, or if it's of me, at me, or if it's of Ava, at Ava, or if it's of Steven, at Spibic.
Art's great, we love it, but forget that. It's time to talk about the news stories that you guys commented on this week.
Where did Friday the 13th come from? The question of the video was, did you avoid work and travel today?
People are superstitious and they don't go to work that day, apparently. I don't know how you could do that.
To work on a Friday the 13th, Steven?
Nope, I skip every Friday.
Elliot Morgan commented, I think this video is great. Thank you, Elliot. And you guys are great. Thank you, Elliot. And you make a great duo. Thank you. You're supposed to say it at the same time.
Thank you, Elliot.
I didn't respond back because I'm too good for comments. I'm joking. Don't put that in there.
I followed Elliot on Twitter, I think 4 times now. I figured, he'd get that notification.
Do you keep following and
I followed him 4
unfollowing?
times. Each time I unfollow him to unfollow him again because he never... The next comment comes from Prazoon Singh, who says, you don't question bad luck. It's bad luck if you question it. It's a little bit of a knock on wood theory. I disagree, but I love you. And I'm trying to get better at being nice to you guys, is what Danny told me. So here's my shot at that. Nice job, nice comment. I love it.
It was a good comment, but I don't understand it.
I don't get it either.
No, it's just oh, you jinxed it. It's gonna be a bad day. I think that's what they're saying.
Radcat Fever said, I ditched school, but not because it was Friday the 13th, but because I'm a straight up thug. But also because I was tired when I woke up. I was sad because I didn't go because it was Friday the 13th. And I was gonna be all like, yo, happy Friday the 13th, bitches. But I couldn't because I didn't go because I was sleepy because it's rough maintenance to stay in cool 24/7. But yeah, you should write a book all like that. A step-by-step handbook on how to stay cool for 24/7. I think Steven could use that one.
I sure could, Candace. Now we're moving on to Tara Williams, who says, I flew home from Chicago yesterday. The plane was definitely more empty than expected. I got to use both seats, so I highly recommend Friday the 13th travel. Was there a plane that was like plane number 666 and it flew on the 13th and it landed at like 6:66 p.m.? That's not a real time, damn it. Never mind. Hans Blow says, oh my gosh, this is, you sent a whole paragraph.
Read it really fast, or we can all take turns on each word. You start with today.
Today,
I
went
out
with
my
friends
to
bike
around
and
stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna do the whole thing.
It was a solid experiment.
Yeah, I don't regret trying it.
That's something fun about me. I love to experiment.
Hans Blow says,
something you should know about me. I love to experiment.
Today I want
little thing about you you should know about me. I love to experiment.
Today I want to...
One more thing you should know about me. I love to experiment.
I guess Friday the 13th is real. Now it's time we moved on. I'm getting better at transitions. Like, that wasn't bad, right?
Did David Blaine actually shoot himself? I forced my boss to let me write this story.
You're crying.
Yeah, I'm just really happy I got to do a story about David Blaine.
Are you editing that document?
Have you ever tried to not hit something on a touchscreen but accidentally hit it?
Dude, what is this? What the fuck is this? It's chocolate. I get chocolate on my ankles. Yeah, I get it. Right?
I have a feeling that's not chocolate.
Ow!
I think that's dog shit. So the question of the video was, is it a trick or is it a stunt? David Blaine did this stunt where he shot himself in the mouth, and we don't know if it's real.
I cream pied my bed. It was insane. I always thought he was fake. Always. I hated magicians.
Flaw said, real magic is the art of illusion, not video editing gimmicks.
The thing about the David Blaine 1997 special...
Yeah, editing is not magic.
That was what we were debating in the video.
Magic, man.
Magic?
Okay.
Who can explain it? High school teens can, and they're forced to date each other.
No. High school forces teens to date each other. Should schools teach classes about dating? Would they work if the students weren't confined to traditional gender roles? This is a account said, oh, that makes me upset. It should be this is an account. Let me read it again and not insult them.
That's part of the tradition of common commentary, though, is just trashing everyone in the audience.
This is account.
Learn grammar, you. You're doing a great. Tony Gaming says. Did that sound mean? Let me try it again. Tony Gaming says, God, if they forced us to date, asking out my crush would be a whole lot easier. Yeah, right, Tony, to stop it. However, I'm forcing myself to do it tomorrow. There you go. See, it's not about like making a New Year's resolution or waiting for a class.
Follow
up,
Did
Tony.
she say
follow
yes?
Up.
So Courtney Brunswick actually has, she goes to the school. She says, the whole situation is messed up. The teacher didn't make you go on a date with the opposite gender and is actually a really nice and understanding teacher, which you kind of got from like when they interviewed her. She was very apologetic. The teacher got this assignment from a website database that teachers go on to find and share assignments. The student didn't even go to the teacher with any concerns and went straight to the board. It was an assignment most people fake anyway, and it doesn't even have to be a real date. Well, that's a lot different than what every news organization made it out to seem like, but not us.
Courtney, live from TMZ at the school, said this.
Pretty dope for her to tell us more information about this that we didn't know. So thanks, Court.
Devil's advocate here, unless this is fake news from her. Solomon Carpenter has, are you okay?
Yeah, I thought she was touching my tit.
Solomon Carpenter has an opinion I think I agree with, and it's dating is something that should be learned on your own. Young people like myself should be experiencing all of the awkward steps and frustrating mind games that come with dating. It builds social skills, and that can't be taught well in school no matter how hard the school tries. Dating apps are kind of killing that part of social learning as well. Steven, you're my favorite. Oh, man.
That's the only reason you wanted to read that.
I want to address an important part of this comment. Dating apps are kind of killing that part of Steven, you're my favorite. Oops, really?
Maybe not all dating apps. I think Match.com.
Well, there's an Instagram, or they're not, it's for Instagram models, right? Where you pay to be a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
And they hook you up with people that are like high class on social tiers. Yeah, and you have to pay for it too. I want to just see what the people are like on that.
We should do an experiment.
I think the thing about teaching sex ed is that maybe they shouldn't be being scary about it.
What does that mean?
I think that when kids are being taught sex ed in school, that they're taught that it's a scary thing and it's a bad thing and that you shouldn't have sex. But listen, if you're being safe and doing good,
doesn't matter how old you are.
Hey, it can be an enjoyable thing.
And 90% of people
if
have
you
herpes
love somebody,
anyway.
Do it. Go for it.
You dingus.
Is YouTube giving away free views?
What?
Steven and I did this video together, and
it was a trend that we worked on.
I love this guy.
Together. The question was, is YouTube's lack of transparency communication detrimental to the growth of its site? A lot of people think so, and a lot of people, being me.
Yeah, you were torn up about this.
Essentially what the story was is we noticed there was a trend on Social Blade, and not just Social Blade, YouTube in general, where the past like 5 days, views have been skyrocketing. It's like 4 times, 5 times as much as it should be. I mean, for instance, I get a lot of views in general. Like, I get just a crazy amount of YouTube views, 10,000, 20,000. If you do monetization rates, that's $22 per day. Kind of crazy, right? When you think about it, like making living on YouTube is amazing in this time. But
Romano Cuz said, YouTube unsubscribed me from this channel. It definitely wasn't me.
Okay, Romano.
Oh.
You don't believe him? You think he's lying?
Sorry. You're right, Romano. And
you're right.
I'm sorry,
Romano,
for doubting you.
Moving right along.
Mizu
Tamer said,
you can do it.
YouTube really needs to start talking to its users. Keeping them in the dark only grows resentment and suspicion.
No, I agree completely. They're not very transparent for so long.
How can a website talk to its viewers and users? You guys are dumb.
Oh, wait. Just one sentence before.
That's because it says that you had a really good point, Steven. That's why you want to read this comment.
I was going to read a different comment, actually.
No, you weren't. Everything Septic said is a great argument for not making YouTube your career and instead using it as a side hobby, a way to network.
Check out my neck.
Does my neck work? A way to network with new people or as a creative outlet. You know, the way YouTube was back when everybody fell in love with it.
I think I accidentally added
You did
that
accidentally
W.
add a W in there. Everybody. Yeah, I think I agree with this personally. I think that there's so many people now that rely on YouTube as a career because YouTube is not a great place to rely on.
This really interests me. I rely on YouTube wholeheartedly. Where should I go?
Right? What are your other talents?
I can pop my
I
knee.
sell hot dogs outside of the local strip club on my days off. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Who's coming out of a strip club wanting hot dogs?
There is a man.
Who isn't?
But there is a man that sells hot dogs outside of the local strip club, and I think it's so cool. And
That's
then you always
exactly
see the
where I'd want a
strippers
hot
and
dog.
guys hanging out eating hot dogs outside the strip club.
Cornering the market. That's very niche.
Too much packaging.
And okay, so there was a point that a lot of you were bringing up. The first one, Yves loyalty. Those kinds of things would actually help many disabled people in their everyday lives. They just aren't advertised the right way. Also, plastic is stupid. Use something else. Great,
Like tissues.
great double point.
What am I
What if
looking
we
at?
could buy food wrapped in a lot of tissues?
Just
That
a
would
paper
like soak
towel
up all the
wrapped
juice
avocado.
of everything that the...
And then
There's
you
gotta be a
squeeze out the
better
juice
way.
back on top of it.
I don't understand why plastic is used. Like, it's fine if you need to package things in a different way for the differently abled. Like, I get that. But plastic is not good for the environment, and that's basically all we were trying to say.
Yeah, that's
So-
why I package all of my gifts in spider thread.
What's
It takes me
spider
8
thread?
years to work up all of the silk needed to package even a small item, like a Monopoly piece. But I'm saving the environment, so...
13 million secret CIA pages made public? What? And basically, the CIA released 900,000 documents online, and it was about 13 million pages. So as the question, I said, do you think all 13 million pages are fake? And that was a joke question. Eric Cipolla. CIA has 3 letters. Triangles have 3 sides. 3 equals 3. Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah.
Maybe the CIA are the extraterrestrials.
On another note, Jack says, oh yeah, they released the stuff saying they tried to make people psychic, but they ain't tell us about when they succeeded and now have psychic agents living among us and controlling society.
Do you think the people who they made psychic are just running those psychic shops now?
Sometimes I think Chris, our PA, is psychic. Is Chris a PA? Chris isn't a PA.
No.
I honestly don't know what PA means. Ronald McDonald says, will anyone ever see... Oh, Robert Maldano says, will anyone ever see this comment?
Saw it.
Swords of Sworddom said. Okay, apparently I say sword wrong. I said it in a video once. People in the comments were like, did you say that as a joke? And I'm like, no, I actually say sword.
Say, I just caught a swordfish.
I just caught a swordfish. I just caught a sword. But it's spelled S-W. Anyways, Sword of Sworddom said, of course they're covering something. They give you the largely irrelevant info and keep the relevant info that fucks you over.
The CIA has fucked people over. They did this thing called MK Ultra, and they basically took innocent people. They physically abused them.
So they really
did
fucked
sexual
people
abuse.
over.
They would put them on drugs, LSD. So that a case was opened. And they were like, hey, I think the CIA is doing illegal activities to innocent people.
Who called them out?
Some church.
That's terrifying.
This church was like, they're definitely doing illegal stuff. And so they were called out, and then a lot of the files got destroyed. Very interesting.
Well, that's a wrap for all the questions this week. Look this Saturday for our new yoga video that's coming out. We have a yoga instructor teaching the girls and the guys different yoga techniques. If you want to send us fan art, you can do that via Twitter, by any of our Twitters, or the SourceFed Twitter by using hashtag ComCom. That's COM.
Thanks everybody for sending in these questions and your answers and your comments. We really appreciate them. A lot of times we read through all of them, honestly. Once a video is posted, we'll just scroll through and read them all. And thanks for watching our dang videos, you guys.
Yay.
The background is Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2.
Wait.
Within the first 15 minutes. Don't mean to brag.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
What are you doing?
I eat pizza
Oh, you're
next to
doing-
another guy eating pizza.